With the confirmation hearing for President Biden's nominee for Attorney General. Judge Merrick Garland, who President Obama once nominated for the Supreme Court, has spent the day taking questions from the Senate Judiciary Committee. Here's a look at some of the highlights so far.
The future of the department is clearly in the hands of the next Attorney General.
I can assure you I do not regard myself as anything other than the lawyer for the people of the United States.
Do you promise to defend the Portland courthouse against anarchists?
Any attack on a federal building or damage to a federal building violates the federal statutes, and those who do it will be prosecuted.
My grandparents fled anti-Semitism and persecution. The country took us in and protected us. And I feel an obligation to the country to pay back. And this is the highest, best use of my own set of skills to pay back. And so I want very much to be the kind of attorney general that you're saying I could become.
An emotional Judge Merrick Garland there during his confirmation hearings today. Let's bring in ABC News political director Rick Klein for more on how things are going. Rick, keeping the Justice Department free from political interference has been a big theme today. What are the concerns on both sides there, and how has Garland responded to those questions?
It has been questioning from both sides, and it's just one indication of the baggage that Judge Garland would inherit if he's confirmed as Attorney General as expected. There are Republicans who are still concerned about Obama-era scandals involving the politicization of justice in their view. And of course, the whole loads of investigations left over from the Trump era, ranging from the origins of the Russia probe right through Hunter Biden, the president's son, and of course, his handling of the January 6th riots and investigations that may involve directly President Trump. You see Judge Garland, I think, cognizant of the moment, cognizant of the politics, and trying to appeal to some calm among lawmakers in trying to signal that he understands how this works, and saying flatly that if he was ordered to do something that he thought was inappropriate, he would resign. He is not going to allow politicization or any kind of political bullying play into his decision-making. Not all Republicans believing him at his word, but that's the statement that he's prepared and that he's delivering today.
Rick, systemic racism rather, and inequality in the justice system is something President Biden has long said he wants his attorney general to address. So what have we learned about Garland's priorities in this hearing so far?
Yeah, he's addressing them head on, talking about the roots of the department decades ago in combating racism, in establishing bigger priorities around civil rights and the Civil Rights Division, saying directly that he thinks there is systemic racism. He's gotten some sharp questioning from Republicans about what that means, including one senator who says, "Oh, you're basically calling anyone in this Senate even a racist." But he understands, I think, the priorities here, and they are Biden priorities. And I'd also note that President Biden got a lot of pressure to appoint an attorney general of color, and I think it is an important message for Merrick Garland as a white American and as a federal judge to show that he gets it and that he hears it and that he is going to invigorate his Justice Department with policies, whether it's around sentencing reform or marijuana legalization or the death penalty. All of those things, I think, fit into the broader rubric of civil rights and of equal justice, including taking on some of these issues of racial tension head on.
And Rick, Garland called the January 6th insurrection, quote, the most heinous attack on the democratic processes that he's ever seen. So where do you expect he'll take the investigation of that attack, based both on what he said in this hearing and also his background on domestic terror cases?
Yeah, he is saying it's his #1 priority. The first briefing he intends to get after he is confirmed, and he's saying that he would take on this investigation directly and critically follow it upstream, which is to say not just go after and prosecute the individuals at the Capitol, but look at who their funders were. Look at the rhetoric that may have led to it. And whether that includes President Trump or not, of course, is going to be a huge question and not something that Judge Garland is prepared to answer without getting those kinds of briefings. But I do think that the experience with Oklahoma City, long before we knew him as the failed nominee for the Supreme Court, when Republicans wouldn't even give him a hearing under President Obama, he was known nationally as the chief prosecutor of those Oklahoma City bombings. He has talked at length about the toll that took on his personal life at the time with young children, how difficult those prosecutions were, how determined he was to see them all the way through. And yes, he is going to take, this in some ways is a more complicated issue because you had so many individuals who were involved in that attack at the Capitol. And Judge Garland making very, very clear today that he found it, in his words, to be a heinous attack that deserves the full scrutiny of the Justice Department.
All right. ABC political director Rick Klein. Thanks, Rick.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.